Okay, Torah portion, January 21, 2017, year 5777. It's Exodus 1 through 6. This is going to be a piece of. Um, YouTube is being a little bit anti-Shemitic today. Won't allow the full Torah portion to be uploaded, so I'm going with just a piece. To just relate to where we are within the year and where we are with the reading. A few possible new terms, two words that we'll be using is the name of the Most High, Yahuwah, the Yud He Wah He. Some people pronounce it Yahweh or Yah, or for short abbreviation, or Yahuwah, and it is the Yud, the He, the Wah, and the He together. So then we have El, which is the name of the Most High, or Elohim. The Im added on is the plural. They pronounce it a ye, but we put the Yud and the He, and we know that it is Yah. So we say a Yah, which is the I am. There is Adonai, but I don't use that term at all. It means Lord and Master. I do not use it. So I will replace that word with Yahuwah. The El Shaddai means Yah Almighty. We have Yahuwah Nisi, which means Yahuwah is my banner. El Kana, which means a jealous Elohim. Ruach Elohim is the spirit of Yah. And Yahuwah Rafeka, it is Yahuwah who heals. Where we are is that Israel comes to Egypt. These are the names of the sons of Israel, that is, Jacob, who came to him in Egypt with their families: Reuben, Simon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher, and Joseph was already in Egypt. The number of Jacob's descendants were 70. Eventually, Joseph and all his brothers and an entire generation had passed away. But the descendants of Israel were many children. They became so numerous and so strong in the land in which filled them. Now the Israelites became slaves. Then a new king, who knew nothing about Joseph, began to rule Egypt. He said to his people, "There are too many Israelites, and they are stronger than we are. We have to outsmart them, or they'll increase in number. Then if war breaks out, they will join our enemies, fight against us, leave our country." So the Egyptians put slave drivers in charge of them in order to oppress them into forced labor. They built Pithom and Ramses as supply cities for the Pharaoh. But the more the Israelites were oppressed, the more they increased in number and spread out. The Egyptians couldn't stand them any longer. So they forced the Israelites to work hard as slaves. They made them live bitter and with back-breaking work and mortar, bricks, and every work in the fields. All the jobs the Egyptians gave them were brutally hard. Now, then the king of Egypt told the Hebrew midwives, whose names were Sifra and Puah, when you help the Hebrew women in childbirth, look at the child when you deliver it. If it's a boy, kill it. If it's a girl, let it live. However, the midwives feared Elohim and didn't obey the king of Egypt. They let the boys live. So the king of Egypt called for the midwives. He asked them, "Why have you done this? Why have you let the boys live?" The midwives answered Pharaoh, "Hebrew women are not like Egyptian women. They are so healthy that they have their babies before we arrive." Elohim was good to the midwives. So the people increased in number and became very strong. Because the midwives feared Elohim, he gave them families of their own. Then the Pharaoh commanded his people to throw into the Nile every Hebrew boy that was born, but let every girl live. Now, this goes into the Pharaoh's daughter adopts Moses. Then we're going to start skipping around a little bit. So, a man from Levi's family married a Levite woman. The woman became pregnant and had a son. She saw how beautiful he was and hid him for 3 months. When she couldn't hide him any longer, she took a basket made of pyrus plants and coated it with tar and pitch. She put the baby in it and set it among the pyrus plants near the bank of the Nile River. The baby's sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. While Pharaoh's daughter came to the Nile to take a bath, her servants walked along the bank of the river. She saw the basket among the pyrus plants and sent her slave girl to go and get it. Pharaoh's daughter opened the basket, looked at the baby, and saw it was a boy. He was crying, and she felt sorry for him. She said, "This is one of the Hebrew children." Then the baby's sister asked Pharaoh's daughter, "Should I go and get the Hebrew woman, or a Hebrew woman, I should say, to nurse this baby for you?" She answered, "Yes." So the girl brought back the baby's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to the woman, "Take this child, nurse him for me, and I will pay you." She took the child and nursed him. When he was old enough, she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. Pharaoh's daughter named him Moses, or Moshe, means pulled out, and said, "I have pulled him out of the water." Now, we're going to skip around. Moses commits murder and flees to Midian. In the course of the time Moses grew up, and then he went to see his own people and watched them suffer under the forced labor. He saw Hebrew people of his own being beaten by an Egyptian. He looked all around, and when he didn't see anyone, he beat that Egyptian to death and hid his body in the sand. When Moses went there the next day, he saw 2 Hebrew men fighting amongst themselves. He asked them, "Who started the fight? Why are you beating another Hebrew?" The man asked, "Who made you ruler? Who made you judge? Are you going to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses was afraid, and he thought everybody knew what he had done. When Pharaoh heard what Moses had done, he tried to have him killed, but Moses fled from the Pharaoh and settled in the land of Midian. Then, shortly after, Moses marries Zipporah, and then the Israelites pray to the Most High about their suffering. And so we're at the point of the burning bush. So we're over here at 3. Moses was taking care of the sheep. His father-in-law Jethro, the priest of the Midian, he had led the sheep as far aside in the desert, and he came to Horeb and the mountain of Elohim. The messenger of Yah appeared there in flames of fire coming out of the bush. Moses looked, and although the bush was on fire, this bush was not burning up. So he thought, "Why isn't this bush burning up? I must go over and to see this strange sight." When Yahuwah saw that Moses was coming over to see it, Elohim called to him from the bush, "Moses, Moses." Moses answered, "Here I am." Elohim said, "Don't come any closer. Take off your sandals, because this place where you are standing is holy ground. I am the Elohim of your ancestors, the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." Moses hid his face because he was afraid to look at Elohim. Yahuwah said, "I have seen the misery of my people in Egypt, and I have heard them crying out because of the slave drivers. I know how much they are suffering. I have come to rescue them from the power of the Egyptians, to bring them into the land of good land, with plenty of room for everyone. It is a land flowing with milk and honey, where the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Pezerites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites live. I have heard the cry of my people of Israel. I have seen the Egyptians oppressing them. Now go, I am sending you to the Pharaoh, so that you can bring my people out of Egypt. But Moses said, Elohim, who am I, that I should go to the Pharaoh and bring the people of Israel out of Egypt? Elohim answered, I will be with you, and this is proof that I sent you. When you bring the people out of Egypt, all of you will worship Elohim on this very mountain. Then Moses said to Elohim, suppose I go to the people of Israel and say to them, the Elohim of your ancestors has sent me to you. And they ask, what is his name? What should I tell them? Elohim answered to Moses, Eyah Asher Eyah, which means I am who I am. And short is that, how do you explain the creator of the universe, all that is and all that will ever be, the master of all things? It's too vast. You cannot bring it into human terms. So that's why he said, Eyah, Asher Eyah, I am who I am. But then he said, this is what I must say to the people. Eyah has sent me to you, the great I am. Again, Elohim said to Moses, this is what you must say to the people of Israel. Yahuwah, which means the Yud He Wah He, the hand behold, nail behold, Elohim of your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob has sent me to you. This will be my name forever. This is my title throughout your generations. Go, assemble the leaders of Israel. Say to them, Yahuwah, your Elohim of your ancestors, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, appeared to me and said, I have paid close attention to you and have seen what has been done to you. And I promise I will take you away from your misery in Egypt to a land of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Pezerites, Hivites, Jebusites, and a land of flowing with milk and honey. And I'm going to stop right there because of YouTube right now. So we know where we're at. He's about to go before the Pharaoh, and he's about to ask the Pharaoh, um, you know, uh, let me go over here to this one. Let me go to. Meanwhile, okay. So, all right. So that's it today. Blessings upon you all, and you can pick it up from here yourself, and you can start at Exodus 4 and to 6. Be blessed and have a wonderful day.